It's such a sense of liberation to be in an English-speaking country again.
How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good.
How are you too?
You don't have to think nearly as much when you talk,
Hi, can we have a cold drink, please?
Yes.
and small things like jokes are much easier to share.
That's good. That's very good.
And the best surprise of Ghana now that we've just arrived, the smoothness of the road and the speeds we can get swooping down the hills.
Back in Mali, we met Kate Gardner, daughter of avid cyclist and volunteer teacher John Gardner. While chatting to her about her own travels, she mentioned that her father was working here in Navrongo. We wanted to know why he decided to come to West Africa to teach in Ghana.
Well, I'm with an organisation called VSO, Voluntary Service Overseas, based in London, England. Well, I guess in the sort of larger context, we in the developed countries are lucky to have been born where we are, whether it's Australia or England. And that's made me think for a long time that part of my life ought to be putting something into places that are not as fortunate as we are, basically.
We're lucky here. We've got water on tap, and it's quite heavily chlorinated.
There are lots of things that are different from what I was expecting.
There's some deionizer, I think, in the water filter itself, which gets rid of the chlorine.
I was expecting there to be not so much food around, and I was surprised to see shops with large quantities of bread and food readily available. You can buy it, and cooked food at the side of the street at stalls. So you can get food wherever you want, but there is hunger. There's quite a lot of hunger because people can't afford it, of course. The general issue is the position of developing countries in the world economy and the way that world debt is keeping them well nailed in their poor position, and they'll remain in that poor position, and that's the sort of the big political issue for me that I guess I will be expounding on when I go back.
Spending time with another English speaker last night for both John and us was just too nice to let go of quickly. So we decided to ride together for a few kilometres until we leave town.
I'm going to tell you what my mother told me now.
Oh, good.
Yes. When I was going to university, I was talking about which courses I should do with my parents. It frustrated me at the time, but my mother said to me, whatever you do in life, the main thing to be is to be happy. So she gave me no help with what course I should do at university, but in fact I remembered that for the rest of my life when I've gone through my various phases of my career, and I think that's very important, to do what you are happy with.
That's great. Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
It might be very difficult for you.
The next morning, and we're not the only ones keen for a ride.
Once again, the police are really friendly and happy to see us.
Oh, I'm in Australia. Australia. Yeah. Oh, beautiful ride. Yeah.
You like?
Beautiful. Yeah.